All right. I just, okay, good. I'm live again. All right. I want to go ahead and take this opportunity and go into what ketogenics means to me. Okay. I was reading on my Kindle Fire, I ran across this article, and it's about the keto pyramid. Okay. So let me kind of show you that there. It says here, up at the very top in the yellow, okay, 5% carbs. Don't know if you can actually see that. There you go. 5% carbs, 15 to 30% of protein, and 65 to 80% of fat. Okay? What that basically means is that fat doesn't make you fat. Okay? Fat actually helps lubricate your cells and your intestines, and it does not make you fat. It actually helps you lose weight. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, I know, but I read it and I'm trying it, and I'm actually doing it. Okay, just to give you a little bit of an idea, when I get up, my normal day will consist of bulletproof coffee. What that is you make your regular coffee as it is. Okay, in fact, I've got it right here. This is actually a Voss water bottle. This here is 12 ounces, but I normally don't use this little one. I use this little one when I take it to work. But I have a 27-ounce Voss water bottle that I fill, and that will last me throughout the day because I love my coffee. I've got to have my coffee. So anyway, coffee actually consists of, the bulletproof coffee consists of a tablespoon of Kerrygold unsalted butter, a tablespoon of coconut oil. I use half and half as my creamer, although you don't need it because the butter will cream the coffee up very well. But sometimes I do like that creamer, so I will use half and half in there. I'll use probably about 3 to 4 of those little cup containers of it. And I normally will put in the Torani unsweetened salted caramel syrup. And I usually just kind of put a dash in just for flavor, just for the flavor, not a whole lot, but just to kind of give it a flavorful taste. And that's better than any latte that I've ever had. So I will normally start off with bulletproof coffee in the day. And then I will wait a couple hours, and sometimes I'll have breakfast, sometimes I don't. I basically go by, if I'm hungry, then I'll eat. If I'm not hungry, I don't even bother. I'm trying to learn that food is not pleasure, food is actually fuel. So you don't need to eat all the time. You don't need to snack in the middle of meals. But sometimes I will have bacon and eggs or sausage and eggs. Sometimes I don't have anything for breakfast but my bulletproof coffee. And then at lunchtime, I'll usually have some sort of a meat. I can have any kind of meat, leave the fat on, because the fat's what's going to help you lose the fat, and a vegetable. I don't eat anything that is a rooted vegetable, because rooted vegetables like your carrots, your potatoes, your beets, and so on and so forth, those rooted vegetables are only there really to house the sugar source for that plant. Okay, even though it's a natural sugar, it's still sugar. I don't do sugars. I don't do carbs. If I do carbs, I limit them to like 1 carb per serving, if I can. Okay, if not, I just don't do carbs. I don't do anything like pastas. I don't do rices. I don't do legumes. I don't do potatoes, anything like that. I don't do breads. In fact, for breads, if I want to make a bread, I will actually make an oopsie roll, which is not bread, let me tell you, but you can use it like bread. Oopsie rolls are made out of egg yolk, egg white, cream of tartar, and cream cheese. That's it. Easy as that. I have a recipe for that. Maybe I will show you one day. So that's what I do. If I ever want bread, I can make sandwich bread. I can make hamburger bun. I can have hamburgers and wrap it up in lettuce with my vegetables like tomato and onion and pickles. I do use Miracle Whip. I use cream cheese, full fat cream cheese, creamer, milk, so on and so forth. But again, I'm staying away from sugars, starches, legumes, pastas of any kind, rice. Rice isn't good for you either, or at least not for me. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do, but for me, it's not good. So anyway, that is pretty much what I like to do. Now, as far as, let me bring this back up here. As far as it says here, I'm going by what I found on the internet. It says here, what is low carb, high fat eating? Okay. The basic premises of a ketogenic eating is low carb, high fat, moderate protein. Most people on a standard American diet that they usually call the SAD diet, but it's standard American diet, eat macronutrients or macros, which are about 50% carbs, 30% protein, and about 20% fat. Okay. Now I don't count macros, and I'm not counting calories either. I'm just eating until I'm not hungry anymore. I'm not eating till I'm full. I'm just not eating till I'm just eating until I'm not hungry anymore. Okay. It says here, okay, 50% carbs, 30% protein, 20% fat. Comparatively, targeting macros for the keto diet is set at 5% carbs, 25% protein. So you're taking in more protein than anything except for the fat, 70% fat. Now that fat, it does not mean that could be the fat only of the saturated meat. You can actually get that from cheese. You can get that from dairy. You can get that from all over the place, okay? Your proteins, all right? You want to keep your proteins moderate. Your fat content on that is moderate as well, okay? Now, you're going to gain fat actually from eating like eggs and stuff like that. So your fat can come from different sources. You don't want to just say, okay, well, that steak has fat on it. That's what I'm going to go ahead and eat right now. And that's what I'm going to continue eating because that's got the most fat on it. No, you can actually get that from other sources and be able to bring it in that way. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are eating high fat and protein, okay? Low carbs, no sugars. Carbs will actually turn to sugars. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but they do. Your carbs turn to sugars. That's why they say low carbs to no carbs and absolutely no sugars. So you don't want to put sugar in anything. If you have tea, put lemon in it. Skip the sugar, okay? Actually, MyFitnessPal has a really great thing on there where it will actually track all of this, your macronutrients, your fat, your calories, your fiber, everything, okay? So that's another good place to go to. Now, many people do follow the keto diet, okay? They use the net carbs, all right? Rather than the total carbs when trying to hit their target Net carbs are calculated by taking the total carbs and subtracting the fiber and the sugar alcohols. Okay? Our bodies do not digest this like carbohydrates, and they do not affect our blood sugar like like the sugar does. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. What can I eat on a keto diet? And that's Keto, keto, whatever you want to call it. Okay. All right. You can eat meat and seafood. You can have dairy. You can have eggs. All right. When it says meat and seafood, okay, here it says organic chicken breast, thigh with the skin on. Okay. And you know your thighs, your chicken legs are going to be high in fat. It's just a fattier meat than the breast. Okay. Oh, I said breast. Okay. Anyway, it's got a higher fat content in it. Now, if you eat grass-fed, it's about 85% leaner, okay? So you want to go ahead, you can eat grass-fed, eat it in the hamburgers, your kielbasa, your sausage, your pepperoni, turkey, tuna, tilapia, shrimp, lobster. You can have all of that, okay? Your dairy, okay? You can have eggs, chickens can be grass-fed. Grass-fed is actually a lot healthier than corn-fed and grain-fed, okay? It's just a much healthier animal. You can have miscellaneous out of your pantry. You can have tuna, mayonnaise, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. Avocado oil is very good for you. It is very fattening, but it's very good fat for you. It's a heart healthy fat. You can have almond flour. Now, you do not want wheat flour or any grain flour like that. You can have almond flour, coconut flour, cashew flour. You can have cashew butter, peanut butter. You can have almond butter. You know, you can have all of that coming from nuts, not from the corn or the wheat or the barley or rye. You don't want any of those kind of flours, okay? Nothing gluten, all right? You're able to have unsweetened cocoa powder. You can have tomato sauce, tomato paste. You can have hot sauce. You can have all the hot sauce you want because capsicum, which is the pepper, actually wakens your metabolism up. It gets your metabolism moving. So if you're trying to lose weight, hot sauce is good. Peppers are good. Okay. I wouldn't go for that habanero though. That might be a little bit too hot for you. You'd end up burning your mouth on that one. Okay, foods that you should avoid on a keto diet. Avoid all breads, all pastas, rice, quinoa, candy, pizza, ice cream, oatmeal, homemade, actually pre-made sauces that you get in the jar. You want to actually look at the labels because even if it says on the label no sugar, you want to look below that in the ingredients because you've got sucralose, you've got maltodextrin, you've got a whole bunch of different sources of sugar, corn syrup. That is still sugar, even though it says 0 sugar in the label, in the section where it tells you what's in there. You have to read that label. You have to look at the ingredients because they lie to you. They lie through their teeth. If it is in the ingredients and not in the label itself, you know it's garbage. It's garbage if it has sugar in it because 1 gram of sugar equals 10 teaspoons of sugar. 1 gram equals 10 teaspoons of sugar. Can you imagine that? 1 gram, 10 teaspoons. That's ridiculous. And they will put that in everything processed. Everything. So that's why it's important that you do read labels. All right, now moving on, okay. I don't eat fruit because of the sugar. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. It's natural sugar. Aha. Well, it may be natural, but sugar is sugar. And I want to lose weight. I've got a lot to lose. I expect to lose weight. So I don't even bother with fruit. Let's see here. Let me go on just a little bit further. Other foods that you, as far as fruits and stuff, okay? Fruit is high in carbs. And like I was saying, keep in mind, carbs do turn to sugar, okay? Fruit is high in carbs and sugar, unfortunately. Half a cup of berries can usually be consumed without issue. But other fruits, such as your or such as watermelon, bananas, especially bananas. Bananas are very high in carbs. Bananas are really bad in sugars. You just want to basically stay away from carbs, sugars. You can eat nuts. You know, if you are one of these people that like snacking, me, I always loved to snack. I loved it. I could actually sit down with a bag of chips or a bag of pretzels and in no time at all get to the bottom of the bag and not even realize that I sat there and I ate the whole bag. That's crazy. One thing that I do like, and I've got a little bit in here now, okay? I've got some almonds. I've got whole almonds. And these are very good. What I do is I will munch on a few, or if let's say like the other day when I took my lunch to work, I had a handful of these like that in a little tiny sandwich Ziploc bag, okay? I took that, I took in some bacon, I took about 4 pieces of bacon, and I took in 3 hard-boiled eggs. That was my lunch. That got me through the day. And it was good. I wasn't hungry. The almonds I actually snacked on at my desk, you know? So you got to kind of be mindful of what you're putting in your mouth. If you want to snack, you know, like I said, almonds are good. Dried shredded coconut is good, okay? If you want like a chip or something like that, you could actually do chipperones. You can do like this, okay? Pork rinds. These pork rinds, they have absolutely no sugar in them, okay? The carbohydrates is 0. In fact, I'm going to turn this around to you so you can actually see. The fat content we're talking about for half an ounce is 6 grams total fat, okay? But I'm going to turn this around so you can actually see the label. There's 7 grams of protein in this, 0 carbohydrates, 0 grams of carbohydrates. You know, you can get something like this and just, you don't have to eat the whole bag, of course, you know. You want to eat everything in moderation, okay? So, you know, if you've got the munchies, just take out a few and just eat them and put the rest away, save it for another day, you know, and you'll find that the weight will actually just fall off. I have been doing this for about a week now, and I didn't get on the scale this morning because I had a doctor's appointment. I had to go to work first, and then I had to go to the doctor's appointment. Didn't even bother with the scale. The other day when I did get on the scale, I had actually lost 6 pounds. I was down to 6 pounds in a week. And that, I kid you not, is eating high fat, low carbs, and only eating when I'm hungry. So there you have it. There you have it. So if you are doing the ketogenic diet, or if you've done it, or if you're doing anything remotely close to this, like paleo or anything like that, please go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know what you're doing, how you're doing with it, how well it's working for you. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. When you do hit the subscribe button, there will be a little bell right next to it. You want to go ahead and click that bell, because that way you'll be able to see when I put up new videos. You'll have the notification on it. And when you do this, I will go ahead and like and subscribe back to you as well. Okay? Everyone have a wonderful and a blessed Thursday, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye now.